I lived with my mother. I disliked her boyfriends due to their background. They were convicts, drug dealers, molesters. And I was just tired of her sticking up for them and not sticking up for me when I really needed her to. So I just ran away.
I got pregnant my senior year of high school, and me and my mom had a close-knit relationship before that. It was a disappointment to her, so I needed to find me a place to stay if I was going to continue and have my child.
My mom had died, so then I had my grandma to go to, but she died 2 weeks after my mom, and so nobody was going to take us in.
My sole aim was, I got to get out of here. I don't want to be here, as far as being homeless. I can't sleep in a park. It was a very dark place, and I didn't like it at all.
My mom, she put me out a couple days before I graduated high school. I had nowhere to go. I was out on the streets, stealing from people to get money and stuff. We were breaking into places, sleeping in abandoned buildings, and I knew I was living a crazy life. We were at St. Vincent's, and this guy who worked at St. Vincent's came up to me. He said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 18. He said, "You're too young to be here." And he ended up actually calling Daybreak for me and said, "Look, she's too young to be here. I know she can be over there. Do you have a bed for her or anything?" And they said, "Yeah, just bring her up here." And then that's the first time I actually told a person my whole life story. And she just looked at me like, wow, because the things I've been through in life, and it just felt a whole lot better getting all that off my chest. It just was like, whew. I actually told somebody everything that's happened to me in my life, somebody I just met, but there was something about her I knew I could trust.
At first, I thought Daybreak was just a shelter. I didn't know that when I was going into Daybreak that they were gonna help me, get on my own and teach me things.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on camera, but I'm serious. I really feel like I'm at my peak now. I finally have a job. I'm going to my GED classes, and I'm doing everything I feel like I should have been doing before.
But when I came into Daybreak, I said, "Oh my gosh, this is nice." Everybody was, I was just so grateful, because when I seen that I had my own room and I had a bed to sleep in and I didn't have to sleep on the streets, I just went into my room and just sat there and laid on my bed for an hour, because I was just so happy. I was just like, oh, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
Being surrounded by positive people who work, who go to school, who just are just all around positive. It's way better than it was, and it makes it easier for me to see what I need to do to take care of business and get it done.
I had to take some classes. The classes were basically life skills classes, an anger management class.
They taught me responsibility, budgeting, how to clean my apartment, how to cook, how to deal with other people.
If you talk about how to push forward goals, our goals in life, how we feel about ourselves, what are our top priorities, things like that.
Mr. Neal at Daybreak does anger management. He has these classes and he teaches people how to overcome the angry emotion and ventilate it in a positive manner, because I came up as an angry kid, so it was very, 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 very relieving.
Coffee house is awesome. It's where we just all shared our talents, we shared our interests.
And what they do is every Wednesday they meet up, and it's basically a night to express yourself.
I get to read my poems, right, at Coffee House, and I enjoy that because I never really had a chance to express myself. And so to stand there in front of 40 people is just amazing, It's like a drug. No, it's better than a drug. It's just I love it. I never thought I would enjoy talking in front of a crowd, but I do.
before Daybreak, I wouldn't be how I am now. But now I help people, you know. If I don't know you and I see that you need help, I'll do what I can, and that's what Daybreak does, you know. They don't just leave you out in the cold.
When I look forward to the future, what I see is, since I've spent all that time, you know, playing around, now I'm more serious and I want things like my own home. I want a car one day and, you know, a wife and kids. This all sounds very cliche, but it's exactly what I want. And it's great because before I didn't want these things. Now, like, my mindset has completely changed, and now I do want these things. Before I, you know, had no mind about, you know, a wife or kids or a car. Well, maybe a car, but that was just to get girls, and it was for immature reasons, so.
I start school in the fall, starting my nursing programs and all that in the fall. And my long-term goal, about 10 years, I want to be a forensic nurse.
Now that I got the skills of, you know, a normal person, I know how to interact with people now. I feel that they've taught me a lot now that I can use that skills to do something successful.
And it was so weird, you get turned away from your family, your friends, and then these people that don't even know you take you in and are just, they become your family.
I don't think, like, my aunt really had the patience for me, and so luckily Daybreak had the patience for me. They saw something in me, I guess.
I knew that if I didn't get any help, then I would probably be in jail with, like, my brothers.
We're all young. We have, a lot of us kids have potential. We're young, we have our whole lives ahead of us. So why not make it better? If you could change somebody's life, wouldn't you?